10 places to visit in Finland. From the vibrant art-filled cities of Helsinki and Turku to the depths of the boreal forests and the thinly inhabited outer archipelago, Finland offers a wealth of attractions and beautiful places to visit. Finland's lakes, fells, rivers, and vast wild areas, along with the certainty of snow in the winter, make it a Nordic playground for both winter and summer activities. Helsinki is the main point of entry for most visitors to Finland. The busy Baltic port is where you'll find the most important museums, as well as architecture by some of the greatest Finnish architects and numerous things to do. Within easy reach of Helsinki are the charming smaller cities of Turku and Porvoo. But it would be a shame to confine a trip to only the Baltic coast, when so much beautiful open countryside beckons. To the west lie the Finnish lakes, and in the north the vast area beyond the Arctic Circle, home of the midnight sun, northern lights, and some of Europe's best winter sports. Number 10. Porvoo. The country's second oldest town, Porvoo, is 48 kilometers east of Helsinki. It rises from a picturesque riverfront lined with little red wooden buildings, through a charming tangle of old streets and outre-colored wooden houses to its hilltop medieval cathedral. Highlights here are the ornate 1764 pulpit and wall paintings from the 15th century. Between the river and the hilltop cathedral is the market square, with 2 museums worth visiting. One has exhibits on local history, and the other, the Eldefelt Valgreen Museum, is one of particular interest to those fascinated by the Art Nouveau movement. It features the furniture, ceramics, and other works of several artists who formed an art colony here at the turn of the 20th century. Porvoo is still known for its fine crafts, so allow time for browsing the shops and studios. In the summer, you can visit Porvoo from Helsinki by boat. Number 9. Åland Archipelago. In the heart of the Baltic Sea is a collection of islands known as the Åland Archipelago. While they technically do belong to Finland, the islands run relatively autonomously. Unusually, this is one part of Finland where you're more likely to hear residents speaking Swedish than Finnish. Ferries shuttle visitors between the Åland Islands, offering you the chance to see attractions like the ship-turn museum called the Palm Mern, the Åland Maritime Museum, the 14th century castle called Kastelholm, and miles of stunning hiking trails. Don't miss the culinary specialty of the archipelago, a dessert pancake topped with stewed plums and whipped cream. Number 8. Tampere. Tampere is Finland's 3rd largest town, but doesn't feel like a large urban center. It lies between 2 lakes, Näsijärvi to the north and Pyhäjärvi to the south, which are linked by the Tammerkoski, a stretch of rapids near a kilometer long. Along with its industry, Tampere is known for its active cultural life, with an open-air theater and frequent festivals. These include the November Tampere Jazz Happening, a tradition now for more than 35 years, when world-renowned names in jazz perform throughout the city in small concert venues and clubs. Tampere Cathedral is known for its unusual paintings and frescoes depicting skeletons and black hooded capes. Created in the early 1900s by Finnish symbolist painter Hugo Simberg. The green dome brick Orthodox Church of St. Alexander Nevsky and St. Nicholas have a sumptuously decorated interior. Number 7. Turku. The southwestern Finnish town of Turku, the country's oldest town and until 1812 its capital, lies on the Gulf of Bothnia at the mouth of the Orajaki River. Turku lies in the area where the successors to the Swedish Vikings landed in the 12th century and set out to conquer what is now Finland. With 8 centuries of history, it is today the most traditional medieval town in Finland, but in addition to its outstanding medieval buildings. The river is a focal point for the city, lined with historic boats, some of which have been converted into restaurants. In the summer, locals gather along its banks in the evening, and in the winter, it becomes a giant skating rink. During the Midsummer Medieval Festival, the old square's ensembles of historic buildings regains its medieval air with craft stalls and food vendors. Number 6. Hameenlinna. Like many Finnish towns, Hameenlinna began near a castle, in this case, the 13th century Tavastehas Castle. Its distinctive red brick fortifications top the list of places to see in Hameenlinna. The other place you shouldn't miss seeing is Aulanko Nature Reserve. Part Garden Park, part Forest Reserve, it is the first national urban park in Finland. The English-style park was constructed between 1883 and 1938, and in addition to hiking its well-kept trails among exotic and native trees, you can climb the 30-meter-tall granite tower on Alugonvuori Hills for views across a typical Finnish forest and lake landscape. Hameenlinna was the birthplace of Finnish composer Jean Sibelius, and north of the market square is the Sibelius Museum. A little bit further on is the Sibelius Park and nearby Hameenlinna Historical Museum. Number 5. Savonlinna. Savonlinna is a romantic city right in the midst of Finland's lakeland. Located on 2 islands between lakes Haapavesi and Failavesi, Savonlinna is certainly a sight for sore eyes. It's the perfect place for nature lovers since it's so easy to get to Punkaharju and Kolovesi National Park from here. Savonlinna is a romantic city right in the midst of Finland's lakeland. Located on 2 islands between lakes Haapavesi and Failavesi, Savonlinna is certainly a sight for sore eyes. It's the perfect place for nature lovers since it's so easy to get to Punkaharju and Kolovesi National Park from here. Number 4. Levi. For a winter wonderland experience, complete with unparalleled views of the northern lights, you should head straight for Levi. As one of the largest ski spots, Levi is one of the best places in Finland for winter adventure. Once here, clip on those skis and head out onto the slopes to enjoy the powdery snow. That being said, if you're not a skier, make sure to join one of the reindeer safaris, go ice fishing, or just chill in outdoor saunas. Just be prepared, the saunas have that hot, then freezing cold water dip. The nightlife in Levi is a major draw for Finnish residents, so don't leave until you have explored the bars, lounges, and clubs in central Levi. Number 3. Saariselka. Ever wish you could sleep in an igloo with a glass roof? Well, Saariselka is one of the best places in Finland where you can do just that. Book a stay at Kalkslautainen Igloo within the Kalkslautainen Arctic Resort, where you can stay in the world-famous igloos with a glass roof. Perfect for checking out the aurora borealis, especially on a clear night. Once here, make sure to go out dog sledding, snowshoe the beautiful trails, and check out the Urho Kokkonen National Park. It's stunning. You can also visit the Sami Cultural Center and learn more about the indigenous Sami people. Number 2. Rovaniemi. Rovaniemi is one of those winter wonderlands that's perfect to visit in winter. Being the capital of Lapland, and technically the official home of Santa Claus, there's a whole heap to see and do. Rovaniemi was completely destroyed at the end of the Second World War. As a result, much of the architecture is mid-century and brutalist in design. Rovaniemi is in the center of a vast natural area of rushing rivers for canoeing, swimming, or fishing, with trails alongside them for hiking and cycling. Visitors can tour Santa Claus Village, get stamps from the Santa Claus Post Office, and even visit the Santa-themed underground amusement park. Number 1. Helsinki. Helsinki is the most popular place to visit in Finland and a destination you won't want to miss. Surrounded by an archipelago of 330 islands, Helsinki is a city that's got a shed load of history, but also a really cool vibe too. In Helsinki, make sure to explore the iconic Kamppi Chapel of Silence, Ouspensky Cathedral, and the Tempi Liaukio Church, which literally looks like it's carved into the rocks. Now, after all that exploring, hop over to Baskiri and Beso for some of the most delicious food in the city. They have the best wine cellar too. If you want something a little fishier, pop into Finlandia Caviar, who have some of the tastiest around.